Hello, welcome back to Erica's Welsh Garden. Today is the 3rd of September and most children in the UK have gone back to school today. So the summer holidays are well and truly over and I kind of feel like autumn is on the way. The weather is really bad here at the moment, so I thought it was a great opportunity to get into the Polytunnel, harvest all of my ripe tomatoes and get my green tomatoes in a position to be able to ripen too. So back in August I did a polytunnel tour and I explained that quite a lot of my tomatoes weren't really ripening and I was really jealous because everyone else seemed to have loads and loads and loads of tomatoes and I didn't. I got loads of messages over on my Facebook page letting me know kind of different advice on how I can get them ripened, and a couple of people said to me that actually now in the year we're not really going to be getting any more flowers coming on the tomatoes, so actually what we can do is remove all of those leaves and that will allow more light onto the fruit and allow it to actually ripen. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm just harvesting all of the yellow ones, the yellow plums that are ripe at the moment, and then we will get all of the leaves taken off those, and I've got some red ones here too. So the tomatoes that I'm harvesting here are called Moneymaker, and I've actually got quite a few already harvested. I've not tried these ones this year, so I'm hopeful they're going to be really tasty. So yeah, pretty happy with the way I've grown them this year. Definitely going to be using those halos again. The only thing is I didn't really support them properly, so they're kind of all starting to tip over now, and the halos are actually, one kind of edge of them is out of the ground now, so definitely learned something this year. Also, I've put too many actual tomato plants in here really, but I haven't got blight, so I'm very grateful. It just makes kind of harvesting the ones right at the back quite hard. So yeah, but hopefully once I've pulled off a lot of the leaves we're going to have a lot more space in here. My plan is now actually to just get them ripened and then I'm going to pull them out and I'm going to put some carrots in. So quite a lot of people talk about putting carrots in their polytunnel in about October time, which will then give them a really early harvest. So since the kind of compost in here is so old, I'm thinking that the carrots are going to do quite well, and then I can get them out of the ground in time for renewing the soil next year and putting more tomatoes in here. Yeah, look, you can see I've still got so many unripe tomatoes that I'm hoping that these are going to kind of ripen up really soon. With the orange ones that I've got over here, I think I'm going to leave these on the vine for a couple more days because they're not as kind of deep red as some of the other ones. So I'm hoping kind of within a couple of days these ones are all going to be ripe enough for me to take off. Do you know what as well? I've come down to the allotment without my allotment bag, so I don't have any scissors with me, so I'm just going to have to take these off by hand, which is not ideal. But I think from what a lot of people have said to me, this is kind of quite a normal way of getting your tomatoes to ripen. So if you do it a different way, let me know. I have seen some people talking about putting bananas with them and stuff because they give off a chemical that helps things ripen, but to be honest, in my house, like if we had a banana going bad, we'd use it like in banana bread or something like that, because I kind of feel like it's wasting it really. But yeah, let me know if you have another really good way of getting things ready to ripen. I was hoping today to get down to my new allotment and get lots of the area kind of cleared and stuff, but it's just not been really good weather today and I didn't manage really to get down here last week, so I've just started a new job, so that kind of like kept me busy all week and wiped me out, to be honest. So it's meant, yeah, I couldn't really do much last week and everything at home is getting quite behind. I'm just really hoping now that this autumn I can get loads and loads done, so that kind of when the spring comes and all the weeds come, that I'm going to be in a really good position. I know I say this all the time, but I am hoping that kind of by next year I am going to have my greenhouse at home up as well, because the tomatoes have done quite well here, so if I could get kind of, you know, twice as much, then that would be great, because we have a lot of tomatoes in our house. We use a lot of tin tomatoes, so if I could help with that, that would be great. we've still got some, well, we've got some building work that's going to be starting at home as well, so we've kind of been quite busy with that, but we are going to be having some bricklayers in, and I am wondering if I can ask them to put an actual brick base down for my greenhouse, so I can have a dwarf wall all around it and then have my greenhouse on top. My friend has that and it looks really good, and it's allowed her to kind of bring the soil up, so if I can have that in time for next year's tomatoes, then that will make us much more kind of self-sufficient really, which is all I ever want really. I tell you what, snapping all these leaves off are going to make it a lot easier for me to be able to actually harvest the remaining yellow ones right at the back. So many people said that I'd overstocked this area with tomatoes, but I'm so grateful I haven't had blight or anything, so which is probably luck really. So tell me, in your polytunnels or your greenhouses now, as soon as your tomatoes come out, what do you put in the ground, or what do you put in the pots and stuff that you've taken the tomatoes from? After about 20 minutes, this is the pile of leaves that I've got from the tomato plants, and this is what the tomato plants are looking like. Pretty happy, to be honest, with the amount of leaves I've taken off, and I only accidentally pulled off one clump of those yellow tomatoes that hadn't ripened yet. They were still really green. But I'm quite happy with kind of what it looks like. I didn't want to take too much off some of them because they're being supported by this green netting at the back that was kind of left over from last year. So obviously if I took too many off, they're going to completely tip over. I've done a quick head count and I've got about 100 green tomatoes. So yeah, pretty happy with that, because that is going to allow me to have a little batch of kind of a tomato sauce for the freezer, which would be great. So I'm pretty happy with my little harvest of tomatoes that I'm going to be taking home today. I'm really sorry if you're horrified that it's in a plastic bag. I had a bit of a fiasco at home. All of my reusable containers are full of blackberries that I've been foraging for, and beans and stuff, so I kind of ran out and I didn't have any choice really but to get some plastic bags so I could fill them with beans for the freezer. But with these I have been reusing them, so it's not as bad. I'm going to head off now. I've got about an hour before I need to go and pick up Stan, and I've got a lasagna that I need to construct at home. Come to think of it, these would have been really good in the lasagna, wouldn't they? Hopefully later in the week I can come back to the plot and give you a plot tour and give you an update on my propagation plants, plug plants that I put in earlier in the week, or that was last week now. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. If you are new to my channel, please do hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified of all of my latest videos. I'm really sorry to do such a rushed video today, but I just wanted to bring you along and show you what I was doing to ripen my tomatoes, in case it could help you with ripening yours as well. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Bye.